Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MMA game. It is your boy, the notorious Rastacam, Cameron Roget, coming to you live from the MMA game studios. Now, today, we are going to be talking about a recap of UFC 302, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming fight of Jared Cannonier against Nassourdine Imavov. Yes, I said the name right. Yes, I did. But before we get into it, you know I have to introduce you guys to. No, he's not a Frenchman. No, it is not Kylian Mbappe. No, it is not even Nassourdine Imavov. It is the one, the only Ryan Cariss. Yo, Cariss, what is the word?
Hey, my dude, my guy, my homie. His name is Cameron Roget, the notorious. Yeah, we are blessed to be in the studio and talking about UFC 302 recap and Cannonier versus Imavov.
Yeah.
This weekend, brother. Yes,
you know it's going to be a good episode when I said the name right.
That's a good start. Yes, it is.
And I didn't fumble my words this time.
No,
Fucking hell.
No, not like last week, only a couple times.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe the nerves got to you, boy. But man, you already know there's a whole bunch of things going on in the MMA community. So I'm giving it to my boy Cariss. Cariss, what is going on?
Hey, Dana White had a number of new fights that came for August 3rd.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure most people heard them.
All right.
So we're going to start in the
exciting
middleweight, the welterweight division. His name is Tony El Cucuy Ferguson is stepping up in weight, and he's going to be fighting Michael Chiesa on August 3rd versus the Abu Dhabi card.
Interesting.
Yeah, I see that look on your face because that's what most of the community kind of said, knowing that there's some other stuff going on within it. And they wish that he would have fought somebody else.
Tony Ferguson against Chiesa. Huh?
Yes, he is. Yes, it is. And
here's
the other part of it of why people are even saying
let's hear it.
A little questionable in the first place. Because the main fight, I believe it is going to be Vicente Luque versus coming back his return from Stockton. His name is Nick Diaz.
Stop it, bro.
Yeah, Nick Diaz.
Nah, don't like that.
No.
This is what's going to happen. We already seen this happen before.
Yes, we have.
Hamzat didn't make weight.
No, he didn't.
And then they had to retool the whole fight.
Kevin Holland stepped up.
It's going to happen again.
Yeah, I think so.
It's going to happen again.
So.
And to be honest with you, I really prefer a Tony Ferguson against Diaz fight.
Thank you. That's what everybody in the community is saying.
Yes,
Nick,
not Nate.
Not Nate.
Nick. That's funner.
Yeah.
That's a funner fight.
Yeah, that's what most of the community has been saying, being like, wait, are you guys stupid? Yes, exactly. Both of them potentially going to lose this fight, but both of them now, if they fought each other,
that's kind of harsh.
Makes more sense.
That's harsh. And
Nick Diaz is going to be a 5-round fight.
Do you not remember what happened last time this man was in the cage?
He quit. He literally quit.
He's
like, Robbie Lawler, I don't really want to fight you anymore, bro. You've been kicking my ass for 3 rounds, and you know what? I'm kind of done on the day. So
well,
I think he's getting a payday.
Maybe the UFC knows something we don't.
It's called paycheck.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess. Fucking hell.
It's called a paycheck. All right. And the other one that was announced, his name is Marlon Chito Vera versus the God of War, Davison Figueiredo. I really like this one. I really like this. I'm on board with that one too.
Yeah, because we're really going to see how good Cheeto's chin is. Because I think he gets touched, and I think he will get eventually defeated in that fight.
He could, because Figueiredo's just going to put a little pace on him. He's not going to be comfortable.
I'm calling it already. Figueiredo wins that fight.
Okay.
That's my pick. That's my pick.
To me,
and you could hold me to that.
It's a toss-up a little bit, kind of. If Cheeto wants to be the Cheeto that he can be, yes. But then again, he wasn't that Cheeto he can be against Sugar White. Sugar Sean.
Sugar White?
I was thinking Dana White and Sugar.
What are you trying to say? He gets privileges?
Not at all. He's got a little bit of Dana White privileges, just a little bit. Then again, so does Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. But I don't know why they're putting him against somebody he shouldn't be
in
against.
a perfect world, I'd like to see Tony fight Conor just so he can get a bag and then retire. But it is what it is. With that last fight that you announced, though, I do like that. That should be a good one.
It is.
Hopefully, Cheeto doesn't wait rounds and he comes out
immediately, round 1. Let me try to take you out, bro. I got 3 rounds to do this.
Too much damage, I think Davison could fucking put him out.
Yeah. And Davison gets in a little roll and everything and starts to be comfortable in the fight and just starts to go at him. And Chilo's kind of slow and doesn't really get into it.
Yeah. Could be scary.
Did you rewatch the Sugar Sean and Cheeto fight by chance?
You know what? I no.
Okay.
No, because just from the first time, it was just such a bad ass beating, bro.
But that's kind of why I watched it again, because I was rooting for Cheeto during the fight, so I'm looking at him. But then I rewatched it again, and I'm watching Sean on this one, being like, okay, cool. How are you setting this up?
Beat his ass.
All of his feints and everything. Oh, my
bro.
Lord,
Yeah,
bro.
Sean's
Like,
good,
his
bro.
level is just...
What did I say?
Yeah.
What did I say? Sean's
I don't want to give you credit on that one.
Hold on.
I'll give you credit, but I don't want to give you credit on that one. Uh-oh. Watch out.
What did I say? But every time I make a good point, I'm just gonna put some sunglasses on. Like, hey, you know the little emoji with the
little cool?
Yeah.
I don't have it on. I can't do it. I'm sorry. But those were a bunch of good announcements this past week, and I was stoked about that one, kind of like we had the other week. There was a bunch of good announcements. So,
good.
Dana Wright, well done. You're doing it again, my guy.
Killing it.
You're doing well, and you did UFC 302 really well. I was happy with that one.
Yeah,
but didn't get to see the undercard on that one. I was just way too busy in life, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, same.
What it is. I will go back and watch it. I know for sure I'm going to, but I saw the main card and I was happy.
Didn't get a chance to. I think both of us didn't get a chance to watch any of the. The preliminary, right?
Yeah. Well,
the prelim fights.
We had the Rebels Cup on the weekend,
we had the
you were coaching,
and
I was working, and I was there.
Shout out to the club. Shout
out to all the hot moms, all the soccer moms.
Oof, not for me.
Hey, not for me. That's what I said for me, not for you.
So what we'll do is, in our recap of 302, we'll just talk about the main card.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
Kicking us off on the main card, we did have Randy Brown against Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. That ended in a unanimous decision.
It sure did.
Round 3.
It sure did.
For Rude Boy Randy Brown.
I poke.
You poke what?
That dude has got his eyes poked 3 different times during the fight. Yeah, I see your face.
Who won the fight?
I'm not saying that determined the fight. I'm just saying when you get your eye poked and the referee's a dumbass and doesn't know how to be able to be like, oh, sorry, you got poked in the eye. Stop the fight. You got 5 minutes to be able to collect yourself and be able to see out of it. And then he's like, oh, no, keep fighting. You saw him put his hands near his face like, I can't see. I can't see.
Yeah, but here's my only caveat. Didn't we get new gloves for this event?
No, we sure did. And they still don't work.
I don't want to hear it, though.
No, I still don't
I don't want to hear it. So I 100% say with the ref, you know what, that's fine. Because the whole buildup was fucking, we got new gloves. It's going to stop all this clearly.
Obviously.
Trevor Whitman's still around, guys, if you need new gloves. Just saying. Hey, we keep hearing about how Onyx has amazing gloves. Why not just give it a chance?
I know.
I don't know what deal we have with the current gloves, but it seems like they're an issue. But it was pretty cool seeing gold gloves in the.
It was. I question
cool.
Why does the challenger get gold gloves? Shouldn't it just be the champ that get gold gloves? Right? Give the challenger the black gloves, and when the champ wins, you get gold gloves.
True.
That's your specialty. That's who you are.
I would be okay with that.
Same here.
Be okay with that.
I was fine with it.
Or
gold
maybe
and
like
gold.
A silver.
Ooh, that'd be good. Kind of like.
Or actually, not. Like forget that. Belt. Silver should be saved for the BMF. Silver would be dope.
Should be like
BMF.
A dark gray, like that silverish dark gray color.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Copper, maybe. I don't know. Fuck. Maybe just gold all around. UFC's figuring it out. After that, we had Nico Price against Alex Morono, and that ended in a unanimous decision.
Sure did.
For Nico Price, which
did.
I think was pretty obvious to everybody.
Yeah. Nico did well. He fought well. He was supposed to be on the prelims, and somebody canceled, so he got moved up the main card.
Must be.
He was actually pretty stoked about that
main card money.
Yeah, get some. No, he won't get any pay-per-view points, but maybe he got a little bit better of a paycheck just for the fact that he was on the main card. Cool for him.
Yeah, and then after that, to me, the most exciting fight, besides the main event, would have been Kevin Holland against Michael Olszewski. That ended in round 1 submission by yours truly, Cam fucking Holland. and look, like, I think we've said it numerous amount of times before. The guy has an amazing ground game. He's so good on the ground,
and we don't see it.
Yeah, we don't see it often. I'm glad we got to see it now. He got dropped.
He
got dropped. He did fucking hard,
and he admitted it too.
Yeah,
he admitted. He's like, "Oh, he hit me."
He got dropped, but it was amazing to see like his groundwork. Holy shit!
My.
And then. Listen, Michael, whatever your name, bro. I understand being fucking tough. I understand fighting through it.
There's
point. No way that you could say
you were getting out of that.
Your arm was not in a compromised situation, because it was very compromised. Trust me. And when Kevin starts moving it and readjusting and cranking it even more, bro.
Did you see his right leg come up and he put his left leg and twisted it in between and got it under his arm and just started bending? And he looked at the referee. He looked at him. He's like, "Do you want me to break his arm?
Break it."
He's like, "He's not tapping."
Yeah, break it.
All right,
sure
here we
enough.
go.
Sure enough, and you could see the whole thing just it was disgusting.
Oh, that was bad.
Nasty. But when you don't tap, that's the result.
That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get. And guess what? Now you're going to have a longer recovery because you're a dumbass and didn't want to tap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has to hope that's just dislocated so they could just pop it back in.
Hopefully.
Right?
It didn't look like the Frank Mir where it like busted at that.
Yeah, it's not
it was like closer to the joint.
It's not like, what's his face? He just lost recently. Against Paul Craig. Jamal Hill. It's not like that, right? When
where it just popped out and you just saw it going like this.
Right? There was an actual break there. That one, it just looked. The only thing, it could be big ligament damage.
Yeah, that was the more scary part. You're ripping apart that whole thing and twisting it around and moving it, and just like tap, bro.
Yeah,
just tap.
So hopefully he recovers well. For Kevin, I think that just opens up another door for him. And the thing with him is, I think he's just gonna be that fun fighter guy. Like everybody's gonna tune in, no matter who he's fighting against. We're gonna tune in.
That's what we do. I
just don't know if he's at the point for himself. Does he want to challenge for a belt? Because if it is for a belt, I'd be honest. I don't want to see Kevin Holland with a gold strap.
Really?
I don't.
Okay.
I'd rather see him with the BMF.
The BMF belt.
Like,
that's a good one to go
tell me
for.
now.
Yes.
Like,
no.
If there was a perfect world and he's able to make weight,
yes.
Max Holloway against Kevin Holland for the BMF belt.
Oh, dude, I'll take that. Move up in weight, Max. Go ahead. 170. He can make 172 because he drops from 175.
You tell me that wouldn't be a fun, like the build up,
much fun.
The build up,
that'd be so much fun.
The hand, the exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could be getting into what we saw in our next fight, which with Paulo Costa against Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland winning by split decision. Fuck that. Sean Strickland winning by unanimous decision.
Yeah, that dude's
against Paulo Costa.
Dude's an
now,
idiot.
But I think before we get into the fights, the judges
horrible.
Now,
horrible.
New Jersey, I heard
Crowd
Brendan Schaub talk about it. It could have been mafia related. I don't fucking know. But for you to give it, was it 50-46?
49-46.
49-46?
Yes, meaning he got him 4 rounds. Paulo Costa had 4 rounds beating Sean.
Not even
3-2.
I don't like, if you were to give Paulo 1 round,
cool.
I'm cool with that.
Go ahead.
I could give Paulo 1 round.
Give him round 1.
I could never give him 2.
No.
I couldn't give him 2.
No.
I could never give him 3. And I'm a dumbass if I gave him 4.
That's why I called him a dumbass. Yeah. He's an idiot. 4?
Yeah. 4 fucking rounds?
Stop it.
Sean is good. And I absolutely love what he said. He's going to wait. And he deserves to wait. He deserves another challenge at that belt. He deserves it.
He does.
I don't understand why he didn't get a rematch. It should have been an automatic rematch for him to get the belt.
UFC doesn't like him. They don't like him in the spotlight.
Bro,
right?
The guy's good, though.
He is very good.
He's good. And this, I think, for me, obviously, I went for Paulo. I thought Paulo was going to get it done.
You did?
The further the fight went, the more I was like, dude, it's not looking good for my boy.
After the first round, it was already not looking good for him.
Well, the thing with Paulo, he had moments, right, where it looked like he got his second win and he was ready to go again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, bro, Sean's not going to change.
No, he's going to keep walking at you and walking down.
You got to
come
at the guy. You got to, like, the leg kick, I loved it. If I was Paulo, I would have just kept doing it.
Just keep going.
I'd have just kept waxing it.
And he need to keep kicking him in the side too. You saw his red side over there trying to kick him in that liver.
But I don't understand why you would try and just strike with Strickland. You can't strike. Take him down. Let's see Sean.
Let's change it up.
Let's see what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Take him down.
Mm-hmm.
Give him something else to worry about, Paulo.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Paulo of old. The Paulo that fought against Yoel Romero would probably be one of my favorite ones.
Right. He wants to die on his sword. That type of style. Going at you, puts himself in the fire, and just goes at it. And that's what we wanted. That's what we were expecting from this fight. And Sean even said it, like, it wasn't a good fight.
Nah.
It wasn't. It wasn't his best.
And to the people that are saying that Paulo has changed ever since he fought Izzy, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He's changed a little bit.
He's a little scared to get in that pocket these days.
Fuck,
he doesn't want to get hit. He wants to keep his pretty face.
Maybe because he doesn't want to get knocked out. But, bro, I think you're in a moment now where you may have to chance it and may get knocked the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to go in the pocket and just let your hands go and chance getting knocked out. Because
hopefully you're first to that punch.
I don't know what they do with you after this. It's going to be very hard, for you to challenge for the strap again. I think that's way out the window.
I don't think he's ever going to potentially get
unless
to that
Dreykus
stage.
decides to call you out. That's it. Like, that's the only way you get it is if Dreykus comes out and says, "I want Paulo."
But the UFC's like, you know what? No, because you just lost your last fight. So therefore, no, we're not putting you in that. Yeah, I was a little disappointed by Paulo because even after the fight, Sean Strickland was like, dude, I was trying to go at him. I was trying to hit him, and he just kept evading. He just kept running away, and that's why he did his running at him at the end and trying to kick him at the end.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Because he's like, you know what? Fuck this. I got 20 seconds left. What's it gonna do? He's just gonna run away when I run at him anyway. So I might as well just try to go at him and try to finish him.
And Sean's a good fighter, man.
He's very good.
I like watching him fight.
Very good.
I like because he brings like he's a scrapper, bro. He's gonna stay in your face and bang.
He would be a good BMF.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know that's how it's going to get up to that weight class, but he would be a good one for the BMF belt.
And the fans would love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The fans would absolutely love it. Love
so
it.
One thing that Sean did really well, and I love his game plan, is he says, when we go into a fight, we go in kind of knowing what you're going to do. But then as the fight changes or moves along, I change up my game plan to be able to effectively hit you and strike you and get myself in a better position. For example, you saw him doing his walking forward by picking his legs up and just trying to do that T-kick right down the middle.
That worked.
Over and over and over.
That worked.
So therefore, Paulo couldn't attack his legs anymore. So therefore, all of a sudden, Paulo had to change his plan up and just started running away.
Yeah.
So
yeah, to me, that worked huge.
Yeah.
Huge. That worked because the T-kicks up the middle was fucking.
Dude.
You see his stomach?
Yes.
Yeah. He's tatting his ass.
Sean
up.
said it afterwards. He's like, "Well, look at my face and look at his stomach. Which one's worse?" Like I was messing his stomach up.
Yeah, he's fucking him up. So that was good. That was good. That was a good win for Sean Strickland. Hopefully, Paulo, you have a bounce back fight. That's all we can hope for.
So with Sean, because we kind of know who the next number one challenger is, it's going to be between Hamzat and the Reaper. So does he wait for after that one? Is he potentially after that if Izzy and DDP fight?
But they're not fighting, so why not just give it Sean now? Just give it to Sean now. And eventually, whoever wins that, then fucking Izzy could just fight him.
Okay.
But I get the holdout, right? The holdout, maybe we get an Africa card, and then you want to do Izzy, but then you're going to leave Sean in limbo of that too, because then.
And he said he's waiting.
Are you going? Sean's not going to take the winner of Hamzat and Whitaker.
No.
If Hamzat comes out and starches Whitaker, if I'm Hamzat, I call out Sean.
That'd be a good one.
I'll call him out, and I just be like, yo, listen, it's you and me. You and me, and whoever wins, that's the outright guy that goes for the strap. Until we figure out what's going on with Izzy and DDP.
In a perfect world, that'd be great, but Hamzat's going to call out the champ.
Yeah,
he's going to, which everyone should, because that's what you want to get to. You want to get to the strap. You don't 100%. Want to get to somebody that's going to be a gatekeeper, even though he's not a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? If he doesn't get through Sean, then there's no way he's getting the strap in a while.
Right.
So he needs to call out the strap afterwards. And they're saying this is the number one contender fight. So what I'm thinking is DDP can potentially rest, have this Whitaker and Hamzat fight. The winner of that then fights DDP. Sean stays in the wings for a little while, and then once that fight's done, then he fights the winner of whoever.
Yeah, but I think Sean wants to get that lick back. He wants to get that lick back against DDP.
He does.
So I don't think he wants to fight anybody else, and I don't think he wants anybody else to fight DDP ahead of him unless
it's Izzy.
Okay. I think that may be the caveat.
Because if Izzy wins, then he's potentially fighting Izzy.
And he knows, hey, I could beat Izzy.
I know. He wants that strap.
I think he would want either DDP or Izzy, because he even said himself. And I personally, I had it scored for Strickland winning that fight.
Same here. Yeah.
So to the great Joe Rogan, there's an imposter as a champion.
Hey.
Imposter. And then moving on into the main event of the fucking evening.
Why are you mad, bro?
Dustin Poirier against Islam Makhachev, and your winner, Islam Makhachev, by submission, round 5. Oof.
That was such a good setup, dude.
Oof.
That was such a good setup. He changed his wrestling. He changed his grappling. Got a hold of that foot. Said, "You think you're going that way? Nope, you're going to go this way." And flung him around and took his neck. Put that darce in and choked his ass out.
Yeah,
that was strong.
Well, before I talk about
the finish,
Islam and his performance,
okay,
I do want to give a huge shout out, because if this is the last time we got to see Dustin Poirier in the octagon, my God, yes, I've said I dislike you. Yes, I've said that I'm not your biggest supporter, but this past weekend, bro, I was cheering your fucking name. I really wanted you to win.
We get this to record?
Yeah, just recording now. I really wanted this guy to win because, for all he stands for, I think being a girl dad too, it's huge seeing him and having his daughter in the octagon. And the one bad thing about it is he just did not get to realize his dream. And I feel like every single person alive has that one moment where you didn't get to realize your dream. And for him to have that showcase in front of millions of people, his daughter included, and still pass on that message, hats off to Dustin.
Yep.
So
that's big. That's big.
Yeah, Dustin,
that's huge.
Fucking thank you. Thank you for your career. Thank you for inspiring this next generation. Hopefully, maybe positivity of dads coming up in the world. Not just that,
there you go.
Even leaving an imprint on the MMA game itself. not our podcast,
No.
the actual sport. So thank you, Dustin.
Would you want Connor and Dustin to fight again?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm extremely happy how Dustin went about it. I did watch the post conference, so I got to see people bringing up things for Dustin, and his exact answers were just like, guys, I'm good.
It's perfect. Yeah.
I'm good.
I heard him. Yeah.
My family's good.
Yeah.
Financially, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
I'm good.
And to
He's
be
had
honest,
50 professional fights
he's
in his
missed
career.
a lot.
Yeah.
In just in life, I think something that we all probably take for granted, right? With spending time with family, our loved ones.
Right.
So he now needs to give back to those people who are important to him. And I'm 100% okay if he wants to ride off in the sunset. Hey, he gave us everything. In this last fight, Dustin gave us everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Even though he lost, he had a really good
showed,
fight.
And I hope everybody else that watched the lightweight contenders, he showed you there's kinks in this man's armor. There is kinks in Islam's armor.
Just gotta find it.
Now, Islam.
Going to Islam.
Now I'm coming for your throat. I'm coming for your throat. Because everything was good. I thought you fought well. I was happy with it. But your fucking post talk with fucking, you want to move up to 170? Motherfucker, who are you? Who are you? What have you done at 155?
He's defended it once.
Twice.
Yeah, and you defended it once against a
little man coming up. Who'd you beat? Oliveira? Yeah, I'll give you that. That's it. You fought two people, Papa.
Two lightweights.
Two people. Lightweights. Why did you not call out Armin, who was in attendance?
Right.
You scared?
Right.
You scared? You scared? Khabib, this was his greatest showing. Yeah, I agree. We got to see that there's a little tested. Dog in Islam.
Yeah, he got tested a little bit on
but
this
how
one.
You not gonna call him out Armin?
He should have.
How?
I already beat you, Armin. Let's fucking do it again. Step up.
But you want to go up and fight Leon?
Dana doesn't even want that. He's like, stay in your division.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Dana killed it for me because one, he not only talked about that, but he also defended who is the true fucking GOAT, John Jones.
Oh, I heard that one.
Islam, I'm sorry, but you're not number one pound for pound, bro.
No.
And Dana White says it like perfectly. If you lock all the champions in a fucking room,
who's walking out?
And you say, hey, one of y'all got to walk out.
Who's walking out? It's John Jones, everyone. It's
not breaking
John
a sweat.
No, it's not John.
Breaking a sweat.
He said over everybody within the mixed martial arts community, not even just UFC.
Bro.
He's talking everything. Boxing. John Jones will walk out of that room.
John Jones
Islam will not walk out of that room.
Destroying. And mind you, that's counting Alex Pereira in there too.
Yeah. This is what I was talking about a little while back, being like, this pound for pound thing is bullshit because you can't have a guy that's 125 pounds be on the top of the list of that one.
Yeah,
I'm talking like mighty. Like, no, you're not going to go in a room with John Jones and walk out being 125 pounds.
Pantoja beating John Jones?
Stop it. No, it's not. It's not happening.
And here's the thing, too.
Sean O'Malley beating John Jones?
We could also be dealing with two John Jones, though. Don't forget.
That's true.
He didn't lose that light heavyweight. He gave up the strap. So technically, you'd be having a light heavyweight John Jones and a heavyweight John Jones locked in the same fucking room. Now I don't know who's making it out.
Scary.
Maybe light heavyweight John Jones will have the advantage.
Yeah, a little bit, just because of the quickness and being able to get around the heavyweight.
But fuck, come on.
I did like that. I 100% agree with that one because I was like, yeah, that's completely true. Stick him in a room. Who's walking out?
Come on, man.
John Jones is walking out.
John Jones.
And you guys
100%.
know I'm not a huge John Jones fan on this one. Like, I respect his game, but I'm just like, no, I'd rather have somebody else.
Yeah, man.
Tom Aspinall is going to be a tough fight for him if he fights him. That's going to be the closest one.
I agree.
Closest one.
That's probably his toughest fight. His toughest fight by far. But overall, I mean, getting back to 302, Islam, it was a great performance.
Yeah.
You showed you had that dog in you.
Yeah.
Big celebration by Khabib and the whole team.
Should have called out Sarukian. Should have.
So what did you think about the overall performance?
With Islam or just the entire UFC pay-per-view itself?
Islam Alama.
I liked it because he showed all of the facets of his game, right? He kicked, he grappled, he struck, he took some damage for the first time with that elbow and where he cut open his eye right there.
Nasty.
That was
nasty.
Elbow
was nasty.
It was. I was a little nervous that all of a sudden that thing might start bleeding more, get in his eye, and all of a sudden they're just like, oh, we got to stop the fight because of this cut. I'm like, no, please don't do that. Please let this keep going. And these guys just bang it out. And sooner or later, somebody
get a chance to see the judges' scorecards, though. Did you hear about that?
Was it closer than we thought?
Because I thought I heard somebody said it was 2-2 going into the fifth, and I was like, oh shit, really?
I had it.
Really?
I had it 3-1.
I had it 3-1. I did have it 3-1. going into the 5th. But I mean,
that was kind of close on Dustin's
Jersey,
side.
seeing the scoring that we already had, I would be okay, like not okay, but I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. 2-2 going into the 5th. That makes sense. Fine. Looking at the damage from both the guys.
Right.
I do think that after the headbutt, there was a change.
There was
in Dustin.
There was,
and I feel like
he
that
said
let him down.
Fight.
That let him down a little bit. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted that on my Instagram as one of my notes. Like the headbutt changed the fight. I kind of hope that they would have gave Dustin time to recuperate after the headbutt happened. Right. But it was in a moment where he was tight.
It was just
they were
close.
clinching.
Dink.
But he had a knot. He did have a knot out of that.
He did.
So that's one I would have kind of hoped they would have been separated. Gave Dustin a little bit of time to gather himself and go back at it. But it is what it is. Connor called it though with the staph infection on Islam.
I actually wrote that one down. Yeah, and he admitted it during the post fight, being like, "Yeah, I had staph the week of. I didn't go in and train for the entire week, so I didn't spread it to anybody else." Maybe that's why he was off just a little bit, right, as far as fatigue and everything. But who knows?
I don't know, bro. I think Armin gets it done. I think Armin gets it done.
Ooh.
I think Armin has enough to get it done.
But how? Striking? Is this going on the ground?
Armin's wrestling's on point. We've seen it.
It is.
We've seen it.
It is.
We know
we've
it's
seen
on point.
Islam's on point too.
Look what he did to Charles. And they both fought Charles.
But so, Charles isn't a wrestler though.
He's a jiu-jitsu guy.
True.
He should be able to defend himself off the bat.
But Islam's a wrestler, sambo, jiu-jitsu.
Would you
like
expect a jiu-jitsu guy to get choked out by a wrestler?
Not
because that's what Islam
Charles
did to Charles.
Not Charles Oliveira.
That's what Islam did.
A little bit.
So I think it's going to be a really, really good fight, but I do give Armin the upper hand after seeing this. After seeing this fight, yeah.
After seeing the dog in Islam,
I give it to Armin. Armin 100%.
Still going Islam though. I don't know why.
Yeah, because you like those fuckers.
Who won this past weekend? Moving on.
The UFC.
Yes, they did. And the fans. And the fans. That's exactly what it was.
I don't know who you're trying to talk about. The UFC won. The UFC always wins. That's who I support.
Sold out gate. Pay-per-view.
Yes, sir. Now, moving on into Cannonier versus Imavov.
That's
so again, what we're gonna do, I'll name off the early fights and the prelims and the early prelims. We'll go fight by fight, and we're picking out of a hat. Yeah, you'll pick out for the fans. You'll pick out for yourself, and then I'll pick out for myself, and we'll let you guys know who you guys have.
Nice.
All right. So kicking it off in the early prelims, we have Ryan Dos Santos against Pooja Tomar in the women's strawweight division. After that, we have Cody Stamen versus Taylor Lapoulis in the bantamweight division. After that, we have Eduarda Mora against Denise Gomez in the women's strawweight division. This one I think you guys need to check out just for Daniel Marcos against John Castaneda in the men's bantamweight division. That should be good. I like Marcos in that fight. After that, we have Andrea Lee against Montana de la Rosa in the women's flyweight division. After that, I think we both would say tap into this fight. We have Brad Katona against Jesse Butler in the men's bantamweight division.
One. Brad Katona from Tough.
Co-main in the prelims, we have Charles Ratke against Carlos Prates in the men's welterweight division.
Charles Ratke.
And I think this is a really good fight. Tune into this one on the main event for the prelims. You have Thiago Moises against Ludovic Klein in the men's lightweight division.
That's going to be the fight in the prelims right there.
That should be a good one.
I would say that's going to be the fight in the prelims.
That should be real good. So before we dive into the main card, Cariss is picking for you, the fans. The FANS.
We got Ludovic. Is it Ludovic Klein?
Ludovic Klein. So you guys got the half of the main event for the prelims.
That's a good one.
All right. Hopefully, Cariss gets Thiago Moises. That'd make it real entertaining.
And I got Dos Santos.
Dos Santos.
Is that early prelims?
So you have the very first fight. You have Ryan Dos Santos.
Hey. Okay. First fight on the early prelims?
First fight on the early prelims.
On the entire card. All right. Cool. And so pay attention early.
So first and the last, and then Cameron will be tuning in right again. I have Lupulus. So I have the second fight.
Hey, we go 1-2, and then we go to the
main.
We go to
the main.
Okay.
So not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Nice.
All right. Boom, we'll save that. So now, going into the main card, we have Miguel Baeza against Punahele Soriano in the men's welterweight division. Cariss, go ahead and take it away.
In the welterweight division of 170 pounds from USA, Miguel Caramel Thunder Baeza is 30 years old, stands at 6'2", and his fighting style is MMA. He has a professional record of 10 victories with 3 defeats, 7 wins by KO, and 4 first-round finishes. Miguel has 6 UFC fights, 3 victories with 3 defeats, currently on a 3-fight losing streak, unfortunately. TKO loss to currently coming off a TKO loss to Andre Fiallo back in April of 2022. So he's had a little bit of a layoff, almost a year and a half, almost 2 years. And he's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 3, where he was a winner back in June of 2019. He's also got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Okay.
It's always a good one. From USA, Punahele Soriano is 31 years old, stands at 5'11", and his fighting style is MMA, and he fights out of Extreme Couture. Puna has a professional record of 9 victories with 4 defeats, 6 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 7 first-round finishes. Puna has 7 UFC fights, 3 victories with 4 defeats, currently coming off of his submission loss to Dustin Stoltzfus back in December of 2023.
Okay.
Some fun facts: he's on Dana White Contender Series Season 3, where he was a winner back in June of 2019. And he was also a state champion in wrestling. So he does have a wrestling background. And I'm going with my dude, my guy, my homie from UFC International Fight Week, Puna Soriano.
Good choice, because I will second that pick.
Good. Thank you.
Puna. So Puna, please get back on that.
Pull this one out, kid. We need a winning on this one.
We need this one.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, we have Julian Marquez against Zach Reese.
In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from USA, Julian, the Cuban Missile Crisis, Marquez, is 33 years old, stands at 6'2", and his fighting style is MMA. He has a professional record of 9 victories with 4 defeats, 6 wins by KO, 3 wins by submission, and 4 first-round finishes. He has 6 UFC fights, 3 victories with 3 defeats.
Hey.
Currently come off a TKO loss to Andre Barrialt back in March of 2023. Some fun facts: he came off of Dana White Contender Series Season 1, where he was a winner back in August of 2017, and he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt.
Okay.
From USA, Zachary the Savage Reese is 30 years old, stands at 6'4", and his fighting style is MMA. Reese has a professional record of 6 victories with 1 defeat, 4 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 6 first-round finishes. Reese has 1 UFC fight, KO loss to Cody Brundage back in December of 2023. Some fun facts: he's coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 7, where he was submission victory back in August of 2023. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt. I almost said blue, sorry. The origin of his nickname, which is Savage, his wife did a stick and poke tattoo on his leg.
Oh, wow.
And that's how he got his name of the Savage.
That's pretty cool.
This one. I'm going with the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, see,
Julian
I would have gone
Marquez.
with him, but his last fight, he lost against my Frenchman, Marc-André Barriault. So I'm going Zach Reese in that fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going Zach Reese.
All right. I honestly, it's probably a toss-up on this one a little bit.
All good.
A little bit.
All good.
It's just, I just want a good fight, guys. That's all we really ever want on these. I like to be wrong because that means somebody did really well against my dude.
100%. After that, we have Brunno Ferreira against Dustin Stoltzfus.
Wow. In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from Brazil, Brunno, the Hulk Ferreira, is 31 years old, stands at 5'10", and his fighting style is a grappler. Brunno has a professional record of 11 victories with 1 defeat, 8 wins by KO, 3 wins by submission, and 9 first-round finishes. Brunno has 3 UFC fights, 2 victories with 1 defeat, currently coming off a KO victory over Phil Haas back in January of this year, 2024. Some fun facts: he came off of Dana White Contender Series Season 6, TKO victory September of 2022. Some fun facts: he's got a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He was also the runner-up in the Pan American Games. Good for him. And he was also second, or runner-up again, in the No-Gi Worlds. So he's got a little background in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
From USA, Dustin Stoltzfus is 32 years old, stands at 6 foot tall, and his fighting style is Muay Thai. Dustin has a professional record of 15 victories with 5 defeats, 2 wins by KO, 6 wins by submission, and 5 first-round finishes. Dustin has 6 UFC fights, 2 victories with 4 defeats. Currently coming off of a submission victory over Soriano back in December of 2023. Sorry, Puna. Some fun facts. He's coming off of Dana White Contenders for Season 4 TKO victory over Joe Pyfer back in August of 2020. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that it was him.
You didn't know.
He's also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt on this one. Oh, dude, this is a tough one. This is a little bit of a toss-up. Coin toss, and I am going with the Hulk Brunno Ferreira.
Yeah. You know what? This is going to be Cam's pick fight of the night.
Fight of the night?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to give this fight of the night. I'm going Brunno Ferreira as well.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, I think he gets it done.
Nice. I think he's probably taking this to the ground, most likely because he's fighting against a Muay Thai fighter.
Now, the next one. We've had this fight, canceled on us once? Twice?
3, 4, something like that.
But it's going to be a good one.
Too many
it's going to be a real good one. This one for me was a hard pick. It's a hard pick.
It is.
So,
getting into it
first, we have Raul Rosas Jr. against Ricky Turcios, and Ricky Turcios is going to be Cam's pick.
Hey! In the bantamweight division of 135 pounds from Mexico, UFC's youngest fighter in the history of the UFC to step in the octagon, Raul El Nino Problema Rosas Jr. Such a long name. Is 19 years old, stands at 5'9", and his fighting style is freestyle. Rosas has a professional record of 8 victories with 1 defeat, 2 wins by KO, 5 wins by submission, and 6 first-round finishes. Rosas has 3 UFC fights, 2 victories with 1 defeat, currently coming off a TKO victory via strikes, round number 1 over Terrence Mitchell back in September of 2023. Some fun facts, he's coming off a Dana White Contender Series Season 6 decision victory back in September of 2022. He also started training at age 4. Wow. And the other nickname that I love to give him is Little Bigfoot. Thank you, Tunko. From USA, Ricky Turcios is 30 years old, stands at 5'9", and his fighting style is freestyle. Ricky has a professional record of 13 victories with 3 defeats, 3 wins by KO, 1 win by submission. Ricky has 3 UFC fights, 2 victories with 1 defeat, currently coming off of a split decision victory over Kevin Natividad. Yeah, back in November of 2022, so he's had a little bit of rest. Some fun facts, he was on Volkanovski's team on Tough 29, where he was the winner back in August of 2021. He won Tough, good for him. Coming off of Dana White Contender Series Season 1, where he lost back in July of 2017. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt. He's a Taekwondo black belt, and he's been training since he's a little kid. And we keep saying these because all these kids are starting to train younger and younger and younger versus older.
I love it.
And I am going with Ricky Turcios. Also, I think he's got better hands than Raul, and I think he's going to be smart, not go on the ground.
He's just so erratic for me. Like, you just don't know. So I'm excited to see his game plan. I want to see the game plan.
It's going to be a good little one. It'll be fun.
100%. Now, leading into the co-main event of the evening, we have Dominick Reyes against Dustin Jacoby.
In the light heavyweight division of 205 pounds from USA, UFC's number 14th ranked light heavyweight in the world, Dominick the Devastator Reyes is 34 years old, stands at 6'4", and his fighting style is MMA. Dom has a professional record of 12 victories with 4 defeats, 7 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 9 first-round finishes. Dom has 10 UFC fights, 6 victories with 4 defeats. Currently coming off of a KO defeat by Ryan Spann back in November of 2022. Dom started his UFC career with a 6-fight win streak. And he is currently on a 4-fight losing streak. What happens when you fight John Jones, then all of a sudden he takes your soul and then you start losing fight after fight after fight. And unfortunately, that's what's happened to Dominick Reyes. We do got some honorable mentions, though. I think I have some honorable mentions. Yeah. His 4-fight losing streak was John Jones, Jan Blachowicz, Yuri Prohaska, and Ryan Superman Spann.
Yeah, he's fought some.
Yeah. He's killers, fought the guys of the guys.
Only guy to beat John Jones.
And
not get credit.
That's where I was actually going. I'm glad you said it before I did. Some fun facts. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu blue belt, and his hero in life is his father. From USA, Dustin Jacoby, the Hanyak. He's 33 years old, stands at 6'3", and his fighting style is freestyle. He has a professional record of 19 victories with 8 defeats and 1 draw, 12 wins by KO, 12 first-round finishes. Dustin has 12 UFC fights, 7 victories with 5 defeats, currently coming off of a 3rd-round decision loss to Alonzo Menafield back in December of 2023.
Alonzo Menafield.
Yeah. Some fun facts. Dana White Contender Series Season 4, where he was a winner back in August of 2020. The origin of his nickname, Hanyak, it means a Polish soldier, a rebel without a cause, an aggressive athlete. Grandma used to call him and his twin brother Little Honyaks. So that's how we got his name.
That's funny.
I think I'm going with my heart on this one a little bit, brother. I think I am because I'm going Dominick Reyes.
Wow, that's a shocker because I'm going Dominick Reyes too, bro. I just want him to do well. I want him to do well.
Same here.
And I know you ran into the guy, and I know you met his family too. So
mm-hmm.
I definitely want to jump on that train and support the guy because he is somebody I do like. It sucks to see that
he's
the last 4 major fights that he had, he's lost them.
And you heard who he lost to.
Yeah. So I hope this one goes well.
Same here. Same here. Nice, really nice guy, bro. Like I told you when I met him at the Cage Warriors, I literally said, Dom, and he kind of looked at me like he was his friend. I was like, what up, dude? He was like, hey, what's up, man?
Always huge when you interact very nicely with your fans.
It sure is. It is.
I'm not going to mention any names. I'm going to move on, though.
Because we don't care about that one.
Move on. The main event of the evening. The reason why we are all tuning into this fight night in Louisville, USA.
Hey.
Jared Cannonier.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Jared Cannonier against Nassourdine Imavov. Allez bleu, allez bleu, allez bleu. All right, I'm done.
Did you guys know who he's going for? I thought you were going to make it through the entire show without fucking his name up.
Mentally, I was like saying, hey, don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
Don't do it.
And the last time I didn't say don't mess it up, I messed it up.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad
got the win.
I'm kind of glad you did, actually. It makes me laugh, and I love it. In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from USA, UFC's number 4 ranked middleweight in the world, Jared, the Gorilla Cannonier, is 40 years old. Stands at 5'11". His fighting style is a striker. Yeah. Cannonier has a professional record of 17 victories with 6 defeats, 10 wins by KO, 2 wins by submission, and 7 first-round finishes. Jared has 16 UFC fights, 10 victories with 6 defeats, currently coming off of a 5-round decision victory over Marvin Vettori back in June of 2023. Some honorable mentions for Cannonier. Honorable mentions is Ion Cutelaba, Glover Teixeira, Jan Blachowicz, Dominick Reyes, Anderson Silva, Jack Hermanson, Robert the Reaper Whitaker, Kelvin Gastelum, Derek Brunson, Izzy, Sean Strickland, Vettori. Jeez, bro, that's a list of people. Right
so
there.
Many.
Good Lord. Some fun facts. His previous job, he was a federal employee for the FAA as an airway transportation systems specialist from France. UFC is number 8th ranked middleweight in the world. Nassourdine Imavov is 29 years old, stands at 6'3", and his fighting style is a striker. Imavov has a professional record of 13 victories with 4 defeats, 5 wins by KO, 4 wins by submission, and 7 first-round finishes. Imavov has 8 UFC fights, 5 victories with 2 defeats and 1 no contest, currently coming off a 5-round decision victory over Roman Dolidze back in February of 2024. Some fun facts. He started MMA at age 10. Is it all right if I back the French on this one?
You have to. You have to.
Are you okay with that?
Here's the thing.
Like, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. It just sounds like blah.
Nassourdine's last fight, I thought he looked fucking great. You mentioned it. He's 40 years old, bro. He's 40 years old.
Why do you think I said it loud enough? Anything over 35, guys. Anything over 37 is you're on the slide that's going down.
And like the thing too is like, fuck, dude. His last fight was so long ago against Marvin Vettori, right? I thought his last fight was Sean Strickland, but that was like I think before that.
That was way before that. Yeah, that was way before that. We're talking June 2023 was his last fight. Yeah.
So he's been out for a minute. We don't really hear about Jerry that much. Nassourdine's a young upcoming guy who's fucking scary as fuck. I'm going Nassourdine.
Same here. But I will not be surprised if Cannonier wins. I'm just saying that. He's got a well-rounded game.
Yeah,
if he takes him to the ground and potentially tries to keep it on the ground, he could probably do well. But Nassourdine most likely should be able to take this. Maybe his trajectory is going to go better moving forward. This is kind of
but we need new contenders in this weight division.
I was
anyways.
about to say this is kind of a make it or break it fight for Cannonier.
Here it is, changing of the guards, as I like to say, and a new guard comes in, and he's French.
Hey.
So before we close out, anything else you want to add? Anything crazy?
Anything crazy? Oh, didn't something happen to Connor? What happened to Connor lately?
Yeah.
Didn't something in the news?
So that was today, right? We were supposed to have a big press conference.
Today. That's what it was.
In Dublin, Ireland, with my boy coming out, and unfortunately, Connor it was just the UFC came out and said it's not going to happen, and then we heard that Connor said that he's not doing any press conference.
None.
So I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. To me personally, as a Conor McGregor fan, I am worried. I am scared.
Okay. A little bit, yes.
Just based off of what we have been seeing. I know social media is social media. We have been seeing my boy partying. But here's the thing. We all know when things are going well for Connor and he's doing his thing, partying's part of it. Just like John Jones. It's partying's part of it.
It is.
And these guys find a way to fucking win.
Uh-huh.
My only worry is it's not just he canceled this one. He canceled all of them.
All of them.
I don't know what that does.
That's a big concern.
The only good side is, hey, well, the fight already sold out.
Yep.
Sold out.
And maybe that's why he did cancel them.
Right.
He doesn't need to do anything.
He's trying to be like, guys, listen.
I got this.
That's sold out. I got this.
I don't even have to do these press conferences. It already sold out.
You guys worried about pay-per-view guys? Don't worry. People gonna buy.
Oh, yeah.
They will buy.
Oh, for sure. Especially International Fight Week.
I don't know. It's just it's something scary to hear. And now that we don't have the press conference, I think everybody's looking forward to see Connor in his hometown, right? Seeing Chandler come to his hometown.
At least that one spot, right? At least go to
cool,
Ireland.
Yeah. If this is
just
the only one we do,
cool.
Fine.
That's fine.
Fine with it. Maybe one in the US. Maybe one. Just one.
Maybe one in Vegas. Just because it's Vegas and like that's the Mecca.
It's concerning. I don't want to put on too much of my concern, but I am alarmed. I'm very alarmed. What about you?
I'm concerned, but my first thought is who's going to replace him? Like, who's going to make this card even worthy of replacing Conor McGregor with Michael Chandler? I don't see anybody right now. I don't know what happens. Do you have any idea? Usually you have your Dana White pants on and you might have a good idea, but we don't even want to think down that road because we want Conor to fight.
But the only way it would work is if you do something drastic. Where if you lose Connor, right? You lose Connor.
Right.
You don't want to lose
the entire card.
Right. So you got to do something crazy.
Especially since it's already sold out too.
What crazy with me, you know what crazy means? Mm. You call up a certain Englishman and you say, hey, listen, dude. I know you're supposed to fight in Manchester. I know. Mm-hmm. But we need you to save this card.
We do.
Tom, can you please say yes?
That's a good one.
Tom says yes.
Okay.
Then you hop on the phone.
Who's he fighting?
Say, listen. I know you have your eyes set Madison Square Garden against this guy. He's a little bit older. I know, but John, please.
That's the only one that could save it.
People happy.
That could save it.
Right. But then John says, you know what? I want Steve. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Then you call up your translator. You say, hey, translator, I need you to just let this guy know. Let this guy know that. What's it? I'm gonna give it away.
I think I know you're going with
it. But you're gonna say, "Hey, is what is it, dude? Cyber, from Terminator, Cyber."
I know what you're saying.
You know, all right. I'm gonna look it up. Cybernet.
Yes, that's what it is. Cybernet. That's what it is. Yeah, that company.
Call Cybernet and see. How is the Brazilian Terminator doing? Is he available?
He is.
Because Tom is ready.
Hey.
And then you do that on International Fight Week. To me, that's a little bit juicier.
That's a banger.
That's juicy. Ooh. Like, that's juicy. If you get Tom Aspinall
for the interim heavyweight strap.
Yeah. International Fight
Week.
That's big.
Mm-hmm.
That's big to me. Because it's 2 international fights. International Fight Week. We're promoting the whole thing. Bam.
Because the Brazilian Terminator was even talking about it in the first place. But the only reason why he didn't do the back-to-back Brazil because he had his toe broken. That was it.
There it is.
So therefore, then it's like, wait, you can rest now. Now you can come for this.
There it is.
And you can have your chance for the strap at 265 heavyweight division.
Yeah.
Okay, that would save it.
The last one.
Well done.
The last one.
Well done. Good,
the last
good
one.
Dana White pants.
Well Ready? Done. I have one more.
Oh, you do?
One more. DDP and Izzy.
Ah, okay.
International Fight Week.
Okay.
Again,
cool.
International.
There's 2.
International.
There's 2 saves.
Come on, guys.
There's 2 saves.
I'm just saying.
But
UFC,
we still want Connor.
Send me the contract.
We still want Connor.
Just send me the contract. I'm here. I'm available. I'm on it. Yeah, but I don't want Connor. I want Connor all day. All day.
I know. That's a little concerning. Yeah. It is. But
it's all good though.
Exactly like you said, he's already sold it out, bro. Like, why do we need to do this stuff? Why does he need to waste his time when he could be making money in millions and billions of dollars?
There's other people that we don't
money
know
off of it
that need to make money too.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't promote it, they don't make money. So he got to promote it.
That's their fault. That's their fault.
Got to promote.
Yeah.
It's part of the gig, bro. It's part of the gig.
It is.
But other than that, dude, I think we're in a good place.
Right?
I think we're in a good place.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
100%.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you, guys.
We love you guys. Send us a question.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Well, with that being said, the MMA game is out.
See you in Louisville.
Woo!